About to go on, well, we are live actually. Oh, wow, look at that. Let's hit that music. Let me flip to this window over here. Flip to the window. All right, let's go. Yeah. Okay, let's hit the music. Let's lower my mic. Bienvenidos, bienvenue, welcome all. I am your host, Baby Moy, and taking the rest of the way, here is Big Ness ushering you in while I get my water.
Well, thank you for that resounding introduction there. Happy Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. For those of you who are tuning in live or are going to catch us later on, hey. And before we get started, I'd like to inform you all what you guys can do. Remind you all to thumbs up, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, share us, like us, hey, spread the word. And if you would like to follow us on social media, the links to our Facebook page, our Twitter page, and Baby Moy's personal Twitter page are down below. And for your listening pleasure, my SoundCloud, Baby Moy's SoundCloud, also down below. Woo!
Grab the URL. Listen to us.
That's right.
Give us your time. Right. Lend us your ears. Let us know what's up. Leave a comment.
Leave a comment. Yeah.
Speaking of leave a comment and speaking of letting us know what's up, I want to thank the guys over at Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Thank you, Tim. Hell of a guy. I also want to thank the guys at No DQ for following us, and also a shout out to everybody else who's been following our Twitter pages and our YouTube as well. Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate the love. We have better and bigger things coming always at you. You like something, let us know. If there's something you don't like, let us know. It's the only way we get better. That's right, folks.
That's right. And if there's anything you'd like for us to cover, let us know.
That's right. Any song of your choosing. Anything you want us to cover. You meant that cover, right?
No. Podcast wise.
Oh, I thought you meant cover, bro. I thought you meant. Oh.
No.
Sing a little song, rap a little song. Sing a little song, rap a little song. I say, do a little dance and a little romance. Do a little dance and a little romance.
Let's get rowdy. Woo!
Speaking of needing a dance and a little romance, the theme of this podcast, does the world need God? Do we need God? What is the verdict on that one? That's what's up? I'm gonna ask you the question right off the bat. Let go, and then we're gonna put things in perspective.
Okay. Short answer: yes.
So we're gonna venture into the reason being.
Yes. Reason being.
Reason being. Point A. Go ahead, Ness.
Simply put, we can't function without them. We can't function without them. Every way, every conceivable way, can't function without them.
Okay, so
just like you can't drive your car without gassing up the tank, or without a functioning engine. Same concept here, only amplified.
So let me ask you this though. What would you say to the one person who would argue back and say, "Oh, what about free will though? If we're acting upon and at God's accordance, where is free will?"
Free will is in the ability to decide knowingly what you're going to do. Because regardless of what you choose to do, God is always letting us know, hey, be careful, don't do that, or yeah, go ahead. And what we do afterwards, that's where free will comes in.
So it's that little voice in our head,
when you
right?
Yeah, that little voice, that small, still voice in our heads. So when we decide to do something, we're doing it knowingly. It's not like we don't know that we probably shouldn't have done it, or we probably should have, what have you. This is where free will comes into play.
Yes, I absolutely agree. You know, if let me put it this way: if free will weren't in play, then God would make slaves out of all of us, and not only that, you know, we wouldn't have a group of believers and non-believers. That would be totally eradicated, non-existent, out of the picture, because everybody would be a believer. But the problem with that is everyone would be a believer, not at their own will. You know, it all comes down to, are you choosing to listen to that little voice telling you, hey, yeah, go for it, man, that's a dope idea, or nah, man, don't go for it, man, you know, that's steering in a very dark and lonely place. Yeah, no, you don't want to do that, you'll get in trouble. What do you choose to listen to? Walk over there and you'll be upright, or would you walk over there and risk slipping?
And that's where free will comes into play. Because then what we do is we weigh our options, and then we make a decision.
You know, on a snowy day, there are mounds and mounds of accumulated snow, as the weather reporters like to put it.
Precipitation, yes. Heavy precipitation.
And
on the ground.
So let's say Ness is walking along the Christmas tree, right? And he encounters this. He encounters a dilemma. The dilemma is this: to his left, there's a very slippery, icy slope, very deep, and to his right, it's just a nice flat bed of snow. What's he prone to think? Maybe I should go that way because it's just a flat sheet of snow as opposed to me having to go up this hurdle. Right?
Yeah, most likely, yeah.
I wouldn't go up to the... Yeah, I would go up on the snow. Sorry, you guys. I had a family emergency.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. I'm not even using my red equipment.
Look at that. She had to make an entrance, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that.
I'm
That's
so
right.
sorry. I had a family
Very dramatic
emergency.
entrance, I see. Look at that.
I'm sorry.
Trying to upstage the rest of us. You see this?
No.
She's even wearing a costume.
You see? Listen, you see, if she didn't have free will, she wouldn't have been able to do that.
Child, you need Jesus.
Huh?
I have Jesus.
Always.
Always.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're also going to talk about how loosely people use that term coming up in a couple of minutes, folks.
Oh yes,
Oh,
let's
my
do
God.
that. Let's do that, please. Yes.
But
First, I have a question. I know I should have done this all there, but do I sound okay? Sorry.
Yes.
no, you're fine. You could keep that.
I can get away with this for right now. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
So yes, that little voice in Ness's head would tell him, "Hey man, don't go over there, bruh." You know, but then
And the other little voice goes,
Uh-huh.
It's okay. Go on over there. It's okay. It's not that deep.
Have some fun. Come on, it's exhilarating. Come on, be daring. You know?
Why do you sound
Exactly.
why do you sound like Vince? There you go.
Damn it, if this beard doesn't stop growing!
I'm going to kill it.
It's quite a dilemma there. Speaking of dilemmas.
He willingly decides to argue with his own beard.
Yeah.
does that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Willingly decides to argue with his own beard.
Yes. But we're getting off topic here.
But yeah,
Yes, we are.
but yes, Ness could either run with it or he can learn from it. Quote from The Lion King.
You can either run from it or learn from it.
Yeah!
There you go.
What was that? I don't know. It's in the past.
Yeah. With the freaking stick.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah.
Oh no, not this stick.
Hey, does that sound authentic coming through the pro mic?
It does.
Yeah, it actually does. Yeah. In the in the audiobook,
Classic. Yeah.
in the audiobook, Rafiki hits Simba over the head with the coconut.
And what does it sound like? No, okay.
Bless you.
Actually, it sounded more like splat because there was coconut juice everywhere.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Crack. It's a combination of a crack and a splat.
Yeah, it was
That's
great.
right. That's right.
It's like.
So yes, free will, folks. We still have free will in spite of God being in control. Yes, he's in control. He's in control because he knows already what we're going to choose. Oh, so if he knows what we're going to choose, then why doesn't he? He does. We just oftentimes decide not to listen to the warnings.
Exactly.
We oftentimes decide,
We just don't-
hey,
yeah.
let's do what's
Try to ignore it.
Let's do a bold knuckleheaded move. You know what I mean? Let's choose wrong instead of right. Let's choose left instead of right. Let's choose cold instead of hot. Let's choose. You get the point.
Backward
Yeah.
instead of forward.
Yes, backwards instead of forwards. Yes.
You know, I've always said that, you know, people often say God works in mysterious ways, and I've realized it's not so much that he works in mysterious ways, we're just not paying attention more often than not.
More often than not. Oh.
More often than not, we're not paying attention.
All right, Colin
Simple as
Cowherd.
that.
Yeah, that's very true. And I was watching something yesterday. No, I'm sorry. I was reading a book yesterday, and this book has a walker who could turn into a coyote, but she believes in God. And you know, she had said God is like a parent, you know. He decides, you know what, I'm gonna let so and so do this
Well,
because
he is a parent.
that's how they'll learn. Yeah, that's, you know, and then so but the book said God is like a parent. I'm gonna let so and so do this so that way they could learn their lesson. There's a lesson in that. If I don't allow them or let them do this, they won't learn anything from it.
Right, because okay, let's look at it from let's look at it from our biological parents' perspectives. If they coddle us, what becomes of that child?
We end up being
Spoiled
spoiled.
rotten.
And obviously, that's not a good thing.
No, it's not.
You become.
But you know,
you become.
I refer.
Go ahead.
It's like the example that we gave here. I think it was last week about the parents telling us, "Hey, don't play on the steps. You're gonna fall."
Which is one of my favorite examples.
They tell you, "Don't play on the steps." They also tell you,
Don't play
why
by the
not to.
stove.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't touch the stove. It's hot. You're gonna get burned.
Hot.
Don't do. Again, they're telling you what to do, and they're telling you what not to do and why.
Right.
What often happens? Well, you play by the steps, you fall, hit your head.
Fall.
Yep.
You play by the stove, you burn yourself.
Te dije.
See?
You know, or
I told you so.
or you know, you establish a friendship with a person that isn't necessarily indicative, and you know this. You know this. Oh man, maybe this dude ain't right for me to chill around, or maybe this chick ain't good for me to date, or maybe this dude ain't good for me to date, or you know, maybe this group of people even ain't the ideal group of people for me to be hanging around. But you still do it.
Right.
But you still do it.
But you hang out with them anyway because you figured, no, maybe it's just I'm just imagining things.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll change.
I could share this story now because me and this person are no longer friends, but I had someone who, I have a very good support system, very good support system, and great friends. And
Awesome.
I had a friend who I didn't know it at the time because it was so cool. She wanted to take me karaokeing and all this stuff. Well, someone told me she's using you because that's all she's wanting to do with you. That's not cool. You don't do that. You know? And I found out that that's what it was. You know? And that was very heartbreaking.
Wait a minute. Can you say that again? I want to make sure I heard
You forget the one part of this story.
Which is?
If memory serves, because you've told me this story before too. You had somebody telling you in your ear directly, "Hey, this person so and so."
Hey! Don't play by the stairs, okay? You're gonna fall.
Yeah. So, yeah, you know, don't.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I mean, this person is using you. You know, that friends don't do that to other friends.
Right. Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, you know, that's cool, whatever. But then I had to see it. Hey, you know, it took me a minute to see it, but I saw it. And sometimes that's what happens, right? Sometimes people have to see that.
Sometimes they have to see it for themselves in order to.
And it sucked. Yeah. It made me sad, but you know, I got over it. But you know, now I know what kind of person
because in the moment you don't want to hear it. You're like, no, you tripping. No, they're cool.
Yeah. Yep. And then, you know, now this person's totally up and left everything, including, you know, her family and stuff. And now it's just like, oh wow.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, you're right. You know, I had somebody directly in my ear telling me. In fact, I had two people in my ear telling me that.
Wow.
You know, not just one.
And you didn't want to hear it. You didn't want to hear it.
But the other person said, "Okay, you'll learn."
Yeah. Yep.
You'll see it. You know, you'll see it.
By the way, deferring a little bit from the topic, I just have to make quick note of this. Thank you to everybody who showed my AEW Kenny Omega shirt some love yesterday. Thank you guys. Thank you.
That's right, man. That's right, bro. Shout out to Kenny Okada.
No. Kenny Okada.
I'm gonna kick him off. Hold on. You realize I have the power to kick you out of here, right? Hold on.
Kenny Okada?
That is a terrible combination of name.
What?
No, get out of here with that. That's just terrible. Oh God. Oh gosh. Oh man. And that really makes my work look good, bro. You know, what was it? Robert Skipover. Yeah, there you go.
Robert Skipover, yeah. Actually, that has a nice ring to it, actually.
Wow.
You can call him Bob Skippy.
Oh God.
Bob Skippy.
I'm gonna kick you out of here, bro. I'm gonna kick you out of here if you don't shut up.
No more coffee and donuts for you, my friend.
What are you on today?
Yeah, life, sir, life.
Well, child, you need Jesus.
Don't we all, sir? Don't we all?
So, to the panel, can one of y'all tell me what exactly does that mean? Because from what I understand, it's not as generic as it seems to be, right?
No. I was
No.
gonna say I don't really know because people use that so loosely. Like
Right.
I don't know what that
Yeah.
means.
And-
I
kinda hard to
I wanna believe that it's something that's not necessarily simple, and yet not necessarily complex either.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
But what does that?
But
What
because-
does that mean?
But because people use that so loosely and in such a condemning fashion, like they point the finger at somebody saying, you need Jesus. Oh, and you don't? And you don't?
Yeah, who are you to tell me I need
Okay.
Jesus? Don't you?
Cool! Right. Well, let me know the secret. How did that work out? How did you get there?
How do you know that I need Jesus? How do you know that? Like, how do you know that I haven't accepted him into my life? Why is that? Oh, I know. Because I read paranormal fantasy books about vampires and werewolves and shapeshifters.
All that demonic stuff. You shouldn't be reading
That
that.
automatically makes me bad, okay?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Can't even go to the beach.
Good gracious. Yeah.
Don't
right.
you mean the beach?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Exactly.
Waylon Mercy, ladies and gentlemen.
But yeah,
Mercy
a
the
lot
buzzard.
of people use that term very loosely, as a lot of
they use
terms
that
like
phrase very loosely, yes.
you know, best friend, I love you, you know.
Bestie.
Yeah.
Your favorite word. And mine.
God.
I just wanted to get a reaction out of you, that's all.
I hate that word. I hate that word, and
Yes.
There you have
I
it,
do
folks.
too.
There you have it.
I do too. I do
cringeworthy.
too. But yeah, it's a made up word. Yeah, but I don't understand what that means. Like why but here's my question. Why
Go
would
ahead.
you say that to somebody? Why would you say you need Jesus? Why would you say
It's
that?
a way to just kind of wag your finger at them, really. It's a way of wagging your finger at somebody, like, oh hey, you need Jesus.
yeah,
Oh, you don't.
you're full of
You don't.
you're full of malice and all these ill feelings and want you know, you're so negative and your outlook in life absolutely sucks.
Wow.
Well,
Well, thank you for those encouraging words.
has Matt come on the show today?
No, not yet.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Because I want to get his thoughts on this. What does Matt think of all this?
Yes.
Hey,
Good
did
old
somebody
Matt.
call me, man?
Hey, Matt.
Hey,
Welcome.
hey, what's going on, guys?
Oh, just chilling. Hey, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What do you think of the sentence when people say, I don't know if this ever happened to you, but when people say, you need Jesus?
I think they're indirectly being judgmental and not looking into the proverbial mirror.
I see.
Yes.
You know, because maybe the person that they're talking about is themselves.
Yeah. I think you think you're onto something there, Matt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great insight. You're absolutely right. That's exactly what it is.
Thanks.
You're
These
welcome.
people walk around, you know, sitting in their soapboxes, pointing at everybody else, going, "You need Jesus. You need Jesus." You know, it's kind of like that scene on American Dad, where Stan is all like, "You're gonna be left behind. You're gonna be left behind.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
gonna be left behind." You
Exactly.
remember that scene?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's pretty much what it's like. Yeah.
But yeah, that's my take. You know, it's like they say, you know, before you look at somebody else and point the finger at them, maybe you should examine yourself first.
Yep.
Exactly.
And with that, I gotta go. I'm hungry. I need some dinner.
All right. Well, all right.
Enjoy your
well.
dinner, Matt.
I haven't
Enjoy
eaten
your dinner,
since
sir.
7. I woke up early today.
Wow.
Oh man.
Yeah, I woke up at
no.
around 5. I had this interview to go to.
Oh, how'd it go?
Cool. How'd it go?
I think Apple said they was gonna hire me. I don't know yet.
Oh, all right.
Oh, cool. You
Alright.
get to wear a cool Apple shirt.
Yeah, but okay, guys. I'll chop it up with you guys later.
All
Okay.
right. All right.
Have a good one.
All right, guys.
Thank you for joining us.
Blessings
Yes.
to everyone out there.
Yes. Yes.
That was Matt, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Now, here's my question I was going to ask you when you got back on the mic is this. What gives people the right to say that, and why do they have to judge you?
Because
it's
a
easier
lot
to
of
judge somebody else and to face their own insecurities.
yeah, and a lot of people just want to. A lot of people are nosy, and because they have no lives of their own, they have to vicariously live through somebody else, and they have no other alternative but to point and judge and point and ridicule and mock and all because again, a reflection of self. You're telling me I need Jesus. No, maybe that's your way of telling me that you're the one in a rut. That maybe you're the one in shambles. Maybe you're the one that's caught up in knots. Maybe you're the one that's a bundle of nerves. Maybe you're the one that needs, a clinic, a nice bill of Bible and Jesus love.
Yep.
Now, I did not say Bible condemnation. I did not say Jesus condemnation. I did not say reprimand. I said I used the word love.
Love. Embrace.
Yes. Now, I have another question. Speaking of you need Jesus,
Yes.
churches do these retreats.
Yes.
Do you think that that helps, or do you think it's just another way for them to line their pockets?
I'd say a little of both.
That one has a 50-50 split.
Yeah,
That's a
I
little
agree.
of both. I mean, because it has been known to help some people.
And because let's be realistic here. Now, as odd as it may sound, yes, you need to make some sort of revenue somehow out of all this.
Yes.
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 That absolutely, I don't listen. I never
I don't have a
argue
problem
that.
with-
I
I
don't have a problem
with
with people making revenue. I have a problem with people using that revenue for their own personal gain.
I have a problem
Lying
with the
to
way they
others,
go about
lying
obtaining
to
this
others,
revenue.
lying to others, and giving me stories of, oh, this is for the betterment of the church. This is for the betterment of this, for the betterment. But yet, I see you with a. I don't know, with a Corvette or some sort of high-end automobile, and you have a yacht somewhere, and you have a
Meanwhile, the church ceiling still needs to be fixed.
It's
the
muggy.
air conditioner doesn't work.
Yeah, it's muggy in there.
Et cetera,
You know what I'm
et cetera.
saying? That's when it's a
But
problem.
those retreats have been known to help people. You know, 'cause there are people who do become connected with God outdoors.
Yeah.
Not
I've
only
heard that.
connected with God, but there have been instances where, because of these retreats, people also feel more connected to people in their own.
Yes, that
to
too.
other members in their own congregation, not only their own but other congregations as well.
Yes.
Right.
So yeah, it listen, if you look at it from that point of view, you're gonna be fine.
Right, exactly.
But obviously, sometimes it's hard to ignore the financial mess
hard to ignore the other-
and what people do with this gross of money coming in.
Yeah.
So that's that.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, we talk about the world needing Jesus or the world needing God. Let's talk about the youth.
Oh yes.
Now it's
We are
my
the world. We are the children.
Now it's my understanding, Ness, that you went to the hearing of a youth preacher,
Service yesterday.
youth
Yeah,
service,
attended a youth service yesterday. Yes.
where somebody gave a word from the Bible and preached.
And a testimony.
And you also told me off air that there was a gentleman of 21 to 22 years of age who gave a testimony before the preaching.
The congregation. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So here's what strikes.
Right.
21-year-old gave a testimony. Why does that strike? Why does that hit emotion? Why does that make one think?
Because it's something you don't really see out of a 21, 22-year-old that often.
Exactly.
Right.
Because when you're in your 20s, what do you think about? Me.
Being young, wild, and free.
Yep.
That's
pretty
all you
much.
think about.
That's all you think about.
Not only that, but especially nowadays, there's such a detachment from God and from things God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go to youth camps and all this stuff when you're a kid.
But once you become a
what is-
teenager, you don't really want to do all that anymore. Man.
Exactly.
You want to
And-
branch out and
Right.
hang out and all that.
And then you're questioning, well, what does this all mean? You know, in
Yeah.
fact, my pastor's kids, they've never done something like that I know of. You know, they've never branched off or anything like that. But now that they're in college, you know,
now they have.
Now they
Yeah.
have. You
Yeah.
know, they're kind of questioning, hey, you know, it's not that they don't believe in God, because they do. They just have more questions.
Right.
Which is
And that's a
totally,
good
which
thing.
is, which
Right.
contrary to cult-like beliefs, it's normal to have these questions.
Yeah.
It's normal to go through this process of wondering, what's what, who are you,
I
where
mean,
do you
because we
fit
did
in?
it.
Of course.
It's normal. It's totally normal.
You know, we did it.
Of course, yeah, of course. Who
You
hasn't?
know. Yeah.
Now, let me go this way. Since God is love and love is God, okay?
Yes.
But let's exclusively focus on love. Let's
Right.
exclusively focus on love. Is that something that within the youth has been lost? The meaning of
think in a
love,
way it
not
has.
only the meaning of love, but also the expression of love, of showing love, of
I
giving
think
love.
it has.
I think it has. Yeah.
I think it has, because youth ministers, in fact, I was talking to a friend of mine who used to do youth ministry. They're so focused on getting the youths to church that they don't preach about love, you know. And when they do, because that was what my friend did, he would preach on how much God loves them and everything like that. And when they do, it would make them feel uncomfortable, because what does that mean? How can God love me? You know, and I think, you know, as adults we still struggle with that.
Yeah.
Is the media to blame? To some
extent, yes.
degree, yes.
Yes.
To some degree, yes.
But at the same time, it depends on what they're watching and what they're listening to and things like that. You know.
Well,
that's where the some degree comes into play, though. Yeah.
Now, this is an argument I always, or a debate that I always get into when it comes to love, expressions of love, expressions of showing gestures of I care. Is the whole sports versus Hollywood theme, or sports, you know,
Yes.
athletes versus
Entertainers.
entertainers. Now, yes, some of them do community service. Some of them, you know, because, hey, listen, it helps us with our money. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about Sam.
And our image. It helps us with our money, and it helps us with our image.
Yeah. You know, Mr. Sam over there
But when
don't come down on us that hard, and
Because, I mean, let's face it, in the entertainment industry, it's very individualistic.
It is, yes.
It's all about me.
Yeah.
Sports is more about team. It's about camaraderie, a brotherhood,
Right.
a sense of family.
right,
This is what they promote.
right. Before oftentimes during or before a Monday Night Football game, when you're watching the pre-show stuff,
Yes.
there are oftentimes these stories that are these stories that are told of players or even teams going to children's hospitals or fulfilling the wishes of a child, or I've even seen cases where they help out families financially.
Yeah.
These stories
often hear stories
are oftentimes documented.
Yeah, or you also stories about some of the players opening up football camps in their communities for the youth,
Right.
stuff like that.
Right.
A great example of somebody who's how could I put it, an ambassador, I guess, of in regards to helping the community and phenomenal with children, is Cristiano Ronaldo. He loves.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he loves children. He says, hey, you know what? Once upon a time, I was poor. Why am I not going to contribute and give back? Yes, call him arrogant on the field. Yes, call him whatever you want. But you can't overlook the fact that he's so great with children.
No.
You can't overlook the fact that John Cena is so great with children.
I was just gonna say. I was just gonna
And
say.
with
Cena,
people and with people in general. Again, I know somebody personally who John Cena brought drinks for and sat with him, and they just chopped it up, man. John Cena, from what my friend tells me, John Cena treated this guy as though he'd known him forever.
That is so cool.
And you know what? And you
awesome.
know what the thing is? The thing is this: John Cena didn't have to, simply because of who
Right.
True.
he is and where he is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But he's one of those guys, I think, who never forgot where he came from.
But what's
You know?
what's the
But this
overall
is-
here?
but
What's
this
the
is-
overall
this is-
here? They're spreading love.
This
Yeah,
is
you
what
know-
you see most of the time in the world of athletics.
Yeah.
The only entertainer that I know that goes above and beyond for kids and helps families literally is Snoop.
Well, I
point.
think that's partially due to the fact that Snoop is also very much involved with sports. Yeah, he's not an ESPN or Fox anchor, but he is sports. I mean, the
He's
guy's
very
at
much
the guy
connected with
is at
sports, yeah.
every event
Yeah.
you could possibly think of. He goes to golf events,
know he
baseball
has-
events, basketball events, NASCAR events, wrestling events, boxing events. You name it, he's there.
He has his own league of high school football. He has his own league of high school soccer.
Yes.
He just opened up another sports thing in LA. He's and he just says, I'm just a rapper.
Yeah, Snoop
That's all I
Dogg.
am.
Snoop Dogg is a very smart individual.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he is. Yes.
I mean, against what credit other folk give him, he's very smart when you really dive into who Snoop Dogg is. And he shows that he's a caring individual. Hence, one of our colleagues here could testify to that.
Okay, well, there's a funny story. So
Go ahead.
I was in Austin one year looking for apartments with a friend of mine, and we were walking, and Snoop was at this thing called South by Southwest, and it's like a convention full of artists and stuff like that. And so he was walking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Snoop, right? But I didn't want to be like, oh my gosh, that's Snoop Dogg, because he was walking with his entourage, right? So I don't know what kind of people they are, So he hears me using voiceover, and he walks over to me and he goes, baby, we're on. My friend's like, he's talking to you, and I'm like, yeah. He goes, what is that on your phone? I said, oh, it's a screen reader called voiceover. Oh, what's your name? My name's Crystal. Oh, I'm Uncle Snoop. You can call me that. Like,
I'm Uncle Snoop. You can call me.
Okay, cool. Like, he goes, can I see that? And I said, sure. And he's looking, he goes, so that's what Uncle Stevie was doing to my phone. How do I turn it off and turn it back on? So I showed him. He was talking about Stevie Wonder, right? So I showed him, he goes, I'm gonna do that the next time. So he has my phone, and we get on the bus, and I'm thinking, I don't really care. My phone just got stolen by Snoop Dogg. That is so cool. Like, I don't care. I have insurance. I don't care. So we're we go. I think it was maybe half a block, and we go, and he's running, and he's tapping on the window to the bus, and we're at a light, and the bus driver's like, "What?" He goes, "Can I get on the bus for a second?" And the bus driver looks, and he's like, "Yeah." So he gets on the bus, and he hands me my phone. And he goes, "I still had your phone. I'm sorry, babe girl." And I'm like, "It's cool." He goes, and then he looks at the bus driver. He goes, "You take care of her." And then he walks out. That was my story about Snoop Dogg. It was cool.
You know,
Classic.
we look at stories like that. You know, these are acts of kindness, acts of love. My story with Jake, which I told here on a previous podcast. You know, Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yes. And what was cool was, and I'm sure you got the same feeling too, was he didn't care that I couldn't see. You know, he saw me as a normal individual, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Same thing with the country singer George Strait. I saw him at a Starbucks in Austin, and we hung out for an hour. He loves God, that man. He can talk to you about God all day if you let him.
Right, but okay, let's look at this. George Strait and Snoop Dogg. Those are two individuals whom have a lot of fans.
Yes.
But
Yes.
they are our generation.
Yes.
You know, they're the people that we grew up watching, and
Yes. And listening to, yeah.
we look at today's generation, not of athletes, but I'm talking about generations of the generation of entertainers, movie stars, pop stars, and all these guys, and women.
Yeah.
What message of hope and love are they really bringing out to their audience, to the youth? You know, yes, growing up, we had songs like, throw your guns in the air, throw your guns in the air, pop, 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 throw your guns in the air. You know, we had that type of mess, but we also had music. We also had songs like Dear Mama, Brenda.
Dear Mama.
And I Wish.
Brenda's Got a Baby, I believe it's called.
Yes.
I Wish by, Twista. Wasn't it Twista?
What?
I don't know.
Wait, what song?
Wasn't it something like,
How does it go?
it was from some movie. And the
Coach
chorus-
Carter.
Yeah,
Coach
that's
Carter
it.
movie.
Yeah. That's it.
Hopeful.
Yeah. It was
You
called
make
Hopeful,
a
that's right.
way, I know. Something like that, right?
We had songs like that.
Yeah. That was a good movie too, by the way.
And we had these artists who would talk about their belief, their faith, whatever their belief and faith was structured on. They talked about it not only in their music, but they also displayed it publicly. They talked about it in interviews, documentaries, etc.
The only thing we probably have now that remotely resembles that is God's plan. God's plan. Wishing death on me. God's plan. He's not really saying anything about nothing. It's just God's plan. God's plan.
Who's that? I never heard that song.
You never heard God's Plan by Drake?
No, it's Drake. Whatever.
Not really saying much anything, really. He's not really saying anything to move the needle here.
But Drake
I
never
don't think
has,
so.
though.
And for anyone who argues, oh, but there's Christian artists, you could listen to that if that's what you guys are saying. Yes, we can, obviously. But the overall point here is when it comes to mainstream artists, there was more of that than what exists currently today in this age.
Yes.
Yeah, now you have girls that look at videos and they dress provocatively. I mean, you have like 10-year-old girls who dress like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, really? Man, if I walked out the house like that back in the 90s, I'd be dead. I mean, you don't...
That wouldn't fly back in the day.
No! Not
But
back
that's
in
another thing. That's another thing, too, man. This generation of parents, they have dropped the ball.
Yeah.
They have dropped the ball.
And it's sad. I mean, I was at the store the other day, And I saw a 6-year-old cursing her mom out because she wouldn't let her use her cell phone.
What? Oh, yeah.
Excuse me?
Oh, no. What?
Yeah, and my friend was like, what? And she, my friend came from the generation before us.
Yeah. Not much difference.
No, not at all. As we were discussing the other day about music off air.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But she was looking and she was like, oh my gosh, what is going on?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, and the mom, and she was telling me, she goes, the mom looks like she's in her 20s. And she just stood there letting her curse her out.
Oh, heck no.
That wouldn't fly with me at all.
That would not fly.
No, not even. No.
Nope.
The first F-bomb, I'm getting smacked in the lips. The first F-bomb.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Lávate con jabón. What?
And then it'll be a nice, long, dreadful car ride back home.
Oh yeah. or you get the. You wait till you get in the car.
Yeah, they ain't even gonna. Some of them don't even wait for you to get home. Some of them is just like wait till you get home.
Yeah.
You wait. Hey, walk faster. Come on. Come on. Oh boy.
Yep. And you did something bad. Like.
Uh-huh. And the odds are you never did it again.
See,
but this little girl
here's the
was
problem
cursing
too
her
with
mom.
a lot of these new generation entertainers. They're babies in their own right. I mean, yeah, we had child stars back in our day too, but you consider these baby entertainers now with the power of social media combined with the mainstream platform. It's incredibly destructive.
Well, yeah, because of the detachment that creates. There's no more human bonds.
No, not
Right.
at all. Not at all. It's sad, really.
One of the I know this is odd I bring this up, but the president of AEW, he said, part of the reason why we're putting this event on pay-per-view, we want people to get together and socialize. We want Right. Hey, yo, come to my house. Yo, I ordered the pay-per-view. Yo, everybody pitch in $10. Come on.
We'll order pizza. We'll hang out. Yeah, like back in the day, when you were with your friends, like.
Like, I don't care what anybody says. There is no replacement for that.
None.
At all.
No.
I
None at
don't
all.
give a damn how much internet we have now. How many.
No, because at the end of the day, you're still by yourself.
No.
Yeah.
There is no replacement for getting together with a group of people and enjoying some kind of sporting event, enjoying some kind of anything. It doesn't matter whether it's Memorial Day, 4th of July, whatever. There's no substitute for that.
Right.
Which reminds me of this. Going back to sports, we look at what an organization like One Championship does.
One.
We see it in their ads. The ads that play before every fight, or not every fight, but before some of their fights, they play ads, which endorse children and care for children, equality for women. Come on, man. What does that tell you?
Exactly.
What does that tell you?
Or WWE, we saw
Here's
how
it.
many freaking times The Secret Life of Pets Part 2.
Here's another problem that we've run into. People in our own generation not wanting to get with the times.
What do you mean?
I mean, exactly that. People in our own generation, what they want, they're trying to get through to this generation of kids now, but they don't want to get with the times.
Yeah, if you want to pull
That's
them,
not gonna work.
if you want to pull them into the message that you're trying to draw them to, you have to communicate. You have to speak their language. in order to do so. You have to have you have to get into their mindset. You have to know what's in.
Right, because when you think about it, how did our parents talk to us? You know, how did our teachers talk to us? It was the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, they got it
Exactly.
our mindset.
Okay, for example, now this might be controversial to you guys listening if y'all don't know what it means, but my health teacher one time asked the class, "Hey yo, what does my nigga really mean?"
No, I'm just kidding.
I know, right? Me too.
Which was
But
the
yeah.
which was the opposite of the reaction that my panel just displayed. Everyone contributed. They were like, "Oh, bro, it was such a normal thing." Like we felt when she said that, we were like, "Yeah, yo, she dope, she cool."
Exactly, because she got into your mindset.
And that's how she was able to reach you guys.
Right.
It wasn't like you guys didn't know who she was. You guys you guys knew that she was the teacher, you guys were the students. So there was a level of respect there that you already had there.
Right.
Right, you know.
She didn't have to be a tyrant in order for you to understand that she's the authority figure.
Right.
Right, and you know, we were talking about how music teachers affect our lives for those of you who do music in high school and school and stuff like that.
Yes.
You know, what happened? Our teacher, our music teacher, mine anyway, he would listen to stuff that we would listen to, and he would pick songs so that way we could do at the end of the year concert.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, but mine kind of did the same thing.
My band director and all of them did the same thing too.
Yeah.
You know, they got with the times, but they also would intertwine music that was of their generation too.
Their generation, exactly.
Kind of bridge that gap. Like, hey, yo, you know what? Because the main emphasis was to educate. Yeah, I'll get with your times, but give my time, your ears, and attention too for what it's worth.
Exactly.
And guess what? We're better off for it.
Exactly. We are.
Because now, we know what good. We were blessed to know what good music is.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. Thank you to the bed over there.
Yes, and not just music that came out during our time.
No.
Because everybody thinks that their music from their era is the best. I mean, it is what it is.
Hey, I do. I think the 80s and 90s are cool. But I also like the 70s and the 60s and the 50s. I love doo-wop.
I do. I show love to all those genres. Now you guys know this.
Of course.
You know, I mean, I listen to a lot of things, you know, contrary to, yes, I do produce a lot of reggae music and compa music and dance hall, you know, but I also listen to things like Elton John, you know, Michael Bolton, what's his face, Lionel Richie.
Britney Spears. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I don't necessarily listen to
Britney Spears. I'm a slave. Ugh.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, I mean Marvin Gaye, you know.
What's going on?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Luther.
Yeah.
The OJs, the Temptations.
The Temptations, Otis.
Whispers. Hey.
Stuff is good, man.
The girls who made the song "Going to the Chapel," I forgot their names. But them people, Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers. I told you I love doo-wop. All them people.
Oh yes,
but
Frankie Lemon, yes.
But for anybody who obviously didn't have the privilege of being exposed to the arts during their schooling, then they're gonna think, well, our music is the best. Everything else sucks.
Right. If either A, you weren't exposed to it through a music program, or B, if you weren't exposed to it via your household, because what is a reason why what is the reason for why I like all these generations of music is because of my dad. You know, and also my dad is the type that has also moved with the times. Yes, he goes back to his generation of music, but he also listens to this generation of music too, the good stuff at least.
Yes.
Yeah. My dad.
I have to reiterate.
My dad was like that.
Yeah.
My dad loved jazz as well. You know, because of him, I knew who Frank was, and who Nat King Cole was, and Sammy Davis Jr.
Right.
and Miles Davis. Yeah, all those people.
Miles
Louis,
Davis, John Coltrane.
John Coltrane. Yeah.
You know, Dexter Gordon. Everybody.
Yes. Tommy Basie, Count
Yep.
Basie.
Count
Yep.
Basie, yeah, Count Basie, Ella Fitzgerald.
Ella Fitzgerald, yeah.
It's too darn hot.
He's-
It's too darn hot. Yeah.
That's a good football player, bruh.
Billie Holiday is another one. Yeah.
All right, right,
I
Ness?
love me some Billie Holiday.
That's a good football player, man.
What? Who?
Fitzgerald.
Ella Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Duke Ellington.
Duke Ellington, yeah. Or my dad was convinced his name was Duke Wellington. I don't know why. But
Oh, same thing. Tomato, avocado.
tomato.
Louis Armstrong, of course. Huh?
Of course, I
Forgot what
love
they used to
Lady
call him.
Day.
Yeah, Old
Like
Blue
I
Eyes? No, that's
love
Old Blue
Billie
Eyes is
Holiday.
Frank Sinatra. Yeah.
There's Frank.
Yeah.
It's all good music, man.
Yeah.
But this is stuff that we were exposed to through our art schools. Mm-hmm. Now, my particular household, I was exposed to merengue and salsa and bachata and
Right.
a little reggaeton too.
Right.
Yeah, I was exposed to reggaeton because I found it. And I thought,
So I have all of that in me at once. I have a little bit of all of that in me.
Exactly.
I was exposed to salsa by my cousin, who was a mariachi singer too.
Well,
Merengue, I found that on my own.
reggaeton was something I couldn't escape because it's ultra popular in my country of Honduras. So,
Yeah.
I knew about it way.
I couldn't escape it either.
I knew about it way before people here in the States knew about it. So, I'll oftentimes say, "Hey, man, what are you listening to over there, bro?"
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? Oftentimes I find myself thinking, how do I tell him what this is called without him butchering it? And it was a struggle. I'd be like, oh, screw it. It's called reggaeton. Ness, you could just imagine what the response was, right?
Oh boy.
Reggaeton.
Reggaeton, yeah.
No.
Spanish rap, dude. Spanish rap.
No, I did not say rigatoni. Get out of here.
Spanish rap. Alright.
Yeah. Even though that's off too, but it is the best way to put
somebody
it.
Had,
Yeah,
somebody,
It's the best way to
somebody
put.
had
It's the
asked
best way to
me-
put it in play.
Yeah.
Somebody had asked me, "Is reggaeton like reggae?" I'm like, "What? No,
Spanish reggae.
Absolutely, positively not.
really?
No, Spanish rap. It's not like reggae.
Real?
Not even close.
Wow."
But anyway,
Yeah, Spanish rap, basically. Yeah.
yes. At least
But reggaeton,
I will say.
but reggaeton sounds much cooler of a name for the genre instead of rap en español. No, you can't call it that.
No.
It's too long of a title.
But I will say.
Call it reggaeton.
I will say this though. When it comes to this generation, I find it very admirable, and I commend. I commend sport organizations like One FC, for example. Again, I go back to One FC because what is even okay? You don't even need to look at their commercials to have the sense of, hey, this is a sign of togetherness, because first of all, their title says it, One, but also pay attention to what cage announcer Len Hart is saying. What does she often say during the event? She says, "We are one."
Yep.
How simple and yet powerful of a message is that?
Yeah.
What's
We are
that tell you? I don't know if you guys have seen, but the documentaries that One FC provides us, again, documenting the struggles that these fighters go through.
Oh, this fighter's gone through. Yeah. I've
You know-
seen some
Which
of
I think
those,
I think
you
is so cool.
Again, bringing home the fact that yes, we are athletes, but we are people too. We are people with families. We are people who provide. We are people who care.
Yeah.
And it helps you relate to these athletes even more, on a human level.
Right.
Not just, oh, hey, they're just here for my entertainment. No, more like, wow, they struggled through that? Holy crap, so did I.
Exactly. Yeah. So right there, they're finding ways to relate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be very instrumental. Listen, we are where we are now, yes. But we can't lose faith and we can't lose hope, even as much of a rut as we find ourselves in today. When we see ONE FC display these acts of kindness, when we see these fighters, when we look at their stories, and when we see these documentaries laid out, when we see what the guys at AEW are doing, when we see the stories documented before Monday Night Football games, let that be an example that speaks to the youth. Let that be a source of inspiration. Let that be something that tells you, listen, you are worthy of love. Okay? You are worthy to be loved. You ain't just anybody.
Nope.
So, again, big up.
And I think that message today is I think more important than it was in our generation. I'm not saying that it wasn't important, because it was, but...
No, but in our generation, it was also something that was taught directly to us via our parents.
Exactly. Right.
And unfortunately, that is a huge problem today. They ain't that many parents today.
Mm-mm.
No, unfortunately. For one reason or another, that's...
The concept of being a parent has dissipated.
Yes, it takes a village to raise a child. But who are the backbones of that village?
Exactly.
Mom and dad.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if they're not doing their job, then everybody else can't do theirs.
Right. Exactly.
It's all conjoined.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Anything else on this topic, guys, or...
I think we've frozen everything.
I think we've...
See, I said it. And it doesn't sound weird to me anymore.
No, it doesn't sound weird anymore.
No, I got used to the word now.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we have squeezed all of the juice out of this.
No, don't do... Man!
We...
mean man.
Folks, thanks so much for joining us live, and thanks so much to those who are going to watch it later on demand. Thank you.
That's right.
And again, subscribe, thumbs up, follow us on social media, show us some love, give us a comment. By the way, thanks to everyone who showed yesterday's wrestling video some love. I like that, guys. I like that.
That's right. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm sure there'll be more of those to come, of course.
Yeah, like I said, if you guys want to hear me ramble more about that, let me know. You could kind of get into my mindset a little bit. Get to know me a little better, too.
Yeah.
Without the annoyance of these two over here.
Hey. Easy with that, easy.
Benched.
Yeah, benched. Oh.
Nigga, you can't bench me.
Nobody says no to me.
Grow.
Damn it, stop growing!
I have just one thing to say.
Go ahead.
Yes.
And it's not important, so I don't want you to think that it is. Okay. Yowie wowie.
Yowie wowie.
There we go.
Yes.
But anyway, guys,
I love that.
We'll be back either tomorrow or Friday. And if anyone asks me why, I will hit you upside the head. Josh should know what we're going to cover either tomorrow or Friday.
Can we do Friday?
Fine, we'll do Friday.
Thank you.
Fantastic Friday.
Yes, Friday.
Friday, ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to miss that show.
Oh my gosh. And know that there's not a camera on me, but I'm waving my hands.
Yeah. Put your hands in
Ladies and
the
gentlemen,
air.
thank you for joining
Wave
us.
'em like you
Have a
just
beautiful
don't care.
rest of the day, and ignore this moron. Have a beautiful rest of the day.
We do. No, I'm just kidding.
Be safe, man. Blessings to everybody, to everyone,
That's right, that's
independently what you believe in, no matter the color. Yeah, religion or creed. That's right.
That's right, man. That's right.
And with that said, folks, be safe, blessings, and keep God number one in your life when always. And my
Always.
blessings
That's right.
also to those who aren't necessarily of the spiritual type. You know, we show love to everybody, man. Ain't no need to discriminate or ridicule somebody for what they don't believe in. Keep that in mind, yo. Show a little love,
is
spread
true,
a little
this is
love, be about it, show it, demonstrate it, be it. With that said, see you later, folks. Till Friday. I'm Baby Moy. He's Big Ness. She's Crystal. We are out of here.
See y'all Friday, folks. God bless.
I was waiting for that. Take us out. Oh wait, I'm supposed to do that. Let go. I got the mixer here, and I'm over here. Take us out as if though there's a co-president producer here. And that's where you at, bruh? Uh-oh. I think we lost it. Oh, there he is.
Yo,
Are you feeling this vibe?
what's up?
You feeling this vibe?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, Crystal, where you at?
Clap for him. Clap for him.
What up?
Ah, y'all feeling this vibe? Y'all feeling this vibe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
This thing go hard, man. Nice. I like this. Yeah.
Yo lo tengo en mi memoria, me gusta la zanahoria notoria. Oh.
Woo!
Really?
Adiós, pero yo creí que te gustaba la manzana y el melón. What happened?
Y el tomate, what happened?
Me gusta la manzana y me gusta el melón. También me gusta la música de Olga Tañón. Oye, pero este ritmo está bien cabrón. Oh.
Y'all can check out the rest on this cloud, y'all. SoundCloud.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh. Woo. Come on.
Hey, can we get a shuffle?
Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
Hey, we gotta snap your fingers too. Woo.
Yeah.
We gotta snap you what?
Snap your fingers. Snap your fingers.
Woo! This go in. This go hard.
Yes, indeed, it does. Woo! Yeah.
Shout out to everyone. Shout out to Anthony. Shout out to Anthony as well. And shout out to Chris. Shout out to John. What's up, buddy? Shout out to Nancy. Shouts out to my mom, my dad. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Thank you. And a shout out to everybody else, to our subscribers, new subscribers, all subscribers, subscribers to be. We are ENT Hooligans. Number one in your area. And we out.